The situation surrounding Prince Andrew is once again intensifying as new developments in the police investigation begin to emerge. Authorities are now reportedly considering expanding the scope of their inquiry, exploring not only the initial allegations of misconduct in public office, but also the potential application of anti-corruption laws. This marks a significant shift, suggesting that investigators are taking a broader and more serious approach to the case. Although Andrew was arrested last month and later released after several hours, the investigation clearly remains active and far from resolved. At the same time, pressure is increasing on law enforcement agencies to obtain more detailed information from international sources. Officials are particularly focused on securing unredacted documents from the United States, which may contain crucial evidence linked to the case. These documents are believed to include references to Andrew's past role as a trade envoy, raising questions about whether confidential information may have been shared improperly. Despite these growing concerns, Andrew continues to deny any wrongdoing, maintaining that his inclusion in various records does not prove misconduct. This evolving investigation is not only a legal matter, but also a reputational crisis, as each new revelation adds further scrutiny to an already controversial figure within the royal sphere. The investigation surrounding Prince Andrew enters a new phase as authorities intensify their efforts and widen the scope of their inquiry. Police are now examining whether anti-corruption laws could be applied, signaling a more serious legal direction. This follows his recent arrest on suspicion of misconduct in public office, after which he is released while the investigation continues. The case remains active, and officials make it clear that no possibility is being ruled out at this stage. At the same time, investigators are reviewing a growing body of documents linked to Jeffrey Epstein, which reportedly contain references that raise new concerns. These files are believed to include details from the period when Andrew serves as a United Kingdom trade envoy, prompting questions about whether any confidential information may have been shared improperly. Despite the mounting scrutiny, Andrew continues to deny all allegations. Officials emphasize that being named in documents does not automatically establish wrongdoing, but the investigation is clearly gaining momentum and attracting significant attention. The investigation continues to expand as British authorities increase cooperation with international partners, particularly in the United States. Officials are actively requesting access to unredacted files believed to contain critical information related to Prince Andrew and his past associations. Law enforcement stresses that full transparency is necessary in order to properly assess whether any criminal activity has taken place. Without complete access to these documents, investigators suggest that key elements of the case may remain unclear. Police leaders, including Mark Rawley, publicly confirmed that multiple allegations are currently under review. These include claims that could potentially justify a criminal investigation if supported by sufficient evidence. Authorities are not limiting their focus to a single allegation, but instead examining a wide range of claims to determine their legal relevance. This comprehensive approach reflects the seriousness of the situation and the pressure on institutions to ensure accountability. At the same time, investigators are considering alternative legal frameworks that could be applied if traditional charges prove difficult to establish. This includes the possible use of older or less commonly applied laws, particularly in cases involving public office and influence. The objective remains clear: to determine whether any laws have been broken and whether prosecution is justified. As the investigation progresses, attention also turns to the broader network of individuals who may be connected to the case.
Authorities indicate that the focus is not solely on Prince Andrew, but also on anyone who may have assisted, facilitated, or benefited from any alleged actions. This wider lens reflects a growing determination to fully understand the context and potential reach of the situation, rather than treating it as an isolated matter. Former senior officers, including Di Davis, emphasize that investigators must consider every possible legal avenue. This includes carefully analyzing how existing laws apply to complex situations involving influence, international connections, and historic allegations. The process is methodical, as authorities seek to build a case based on evidence rather than speculation, while ensuring that all procedures are properly followed. Meanwhile, public attention remains intense, with ongoing debate about accountability and transparency. The case continues to raise questions about how institutions respond to high-profile investigations and whether justice systems can operate without bias. While no conclusions are reached at this stage, the direction of the inquiry suggests that significant developments could still emerge in the coming weeks. In conclusion, the investigation involving Prince Andrew is entering a critical stage as authorities deepen their efforts and explore multiple legal avenues. What began as a case focused on specific allegations is now evolving into a broader inquiry that examines documents, international cooperation, and potential legal classifications tied to his former role. The involvement of figures such as Jeffrey Epstein continues to add complexity and global attention to the situation. Despite ongoing denials, the pressure on investigators to deliver clarity remains high. Law enforcement agencies are clearly determined to follow the evidence wherever it leads, while also ensuring that due process is respected. At this point, no final judgment is made, but the investigation is far from over. Ultimately, this case represents more than just an individual controversy. It highlights the challenges of accountability, transparency, and public trust when high-profile figures are involved. The coming developments are likely to play a decisive role in shaping both the legal outcome and the broader perception of justice in this matter.